Oh yeah, we in here for the night owls. Y'all thought y'all was gonna miss me today. We already put one out earlier called "We Are the Ancient Egyptians." You'll probably see that one show up tomorrow. It'll take about 12 hours for the tape to register. So we got them coming already. We keeping you busy. This is for them night owls. We on a whole nother level. People gonna see it tomorrow when they get up. They gonna check it out. Right now, we're just giving you a little bit more game to go on top of the game you already got. Let's see. I don't like that thumbnail. We're giving them time to get in the building. Let's go on ahead. Let's do it like that. Let's put that thumbnail up there like that. We're going to take you more in depth. We talked earlier about, well, you saw the video from yesterday about the secret treaty of Verona and about the 1913 Woodrow Wilson Fingers America on the Federal Reserve Act. Now we're going into more detail in the Hustler's Manual. And we got references on this particular part that we talk about from the Meet Your Strawman book. Let's see the author. The author that put that together for us. I don't got nobody's name on it. Probably. Oh, Patrick Henry, I guess. That's the guy. So we're gonna shout out to brother Patrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a brother, right? Well, we in the building, man. Y'all get the gang, get them in for the night class. We missed the evening class because we were still moving that furniture that the chick gave. We had to go get another piece from that storage. So we had to get that set up, get that moved in, and then get everybody set up for the start the week. This is the first day of the week right here. But they start on the second. That's why they tell you about the first unit in time is the second. They start on the second. So the second, they start on Monday, which is really the second day. If you're going with the Hebrew or Gregorian type calendar, because there's different types of calendars. Somebody wanted me to break down the calendars, the AD, BC. Baba got a tape on it. I'm gonna try to find that tape, but we might do a tape on it too to break it down. Let me get that chat loaded up. Hey, we got another banger. I guarantee you we got another banger, bro. And the people that see it tomorrow, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, L went in on this. We're gonna talk about Meet Your Strawman in here. I got the chat loaded up. We got my night owls in the building. I'm looking for Lady Owl. See if Lady Owl pop up in this joint. Lady Owl up in here. Shout out Priscilla. Shout out to Brother Jefferson. All right, shout out all about to get school tonight. This is night school. This is night. And we don't like the word school because school really means hell when you trace it back. So we ain't taking you to hell. This is night. This is that night class for my night owls. And it's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be big. Hey, we got 47 people in here for the night class. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. We about to give you go more in depth. Let me get this black screen off. We about to go with more in depth on Woodrow Wilson Fingered America. This ties into it. This give you more intricate details of what took place and why we say they got the minds. They got the minds. They after they lost the land in 1930s, the 33s, right? They lost the land. So they had to create a system. They had to create this Wizard of Oz, this matrix, and put you under another level of a spell and create this type of system where they created you as a straw man. We have to point that out. And we're about to read some stuff through this book. So this book is very short and thorough. This Meet Your Straw Man. And we got a lot of this information in the Hustlers manual. We're gonna show you the book. We already showed you the book yesterday on the show. Or day for on one of the shows. I think it was on the one contracts. We showed you the book. Right? We're gonna show you a cover of the book. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got you in the building. All right, so this is the book. It's a short book, very thorough. This is the book that we got. We're gonna be reading a couple of things out this book. And then we're gonna be explaining a couple of things too and tying shit in together. All right, so it says, what is your straw man? A straw man is a fictional legal entity created with the hope that as a child growing up, he or she will be fooled into believing that he is actually a straw man, which he most definitely is not, and pay all sorts of imaginary costs and liabilities which get attached to the straw man by con artists. All right. So a straw man is a fictional character. And in court, they got two different types of people operating. But in order to be a part of this system, you got to be an artificial person. If you make sure you got pen and pad out for this class too. If you got pen and pad laying around, you might want to get some of that, because we're gonna be going over a lot of things you need to write down to go check out yourself. Come back and give us some game on it if you see another angle that we didn't cover, another perspective that we didn't cover. But write these things down. Artificial person, right? That's a key word in this game that was set up, this Federal Reserve game. So write down artificial person, right? That's connected with the straw man. Legal person. Keep in mind, they got a whole nother linguistic in this game. It's a whole nother linguistics in this game. Keep in mind, legal person. Write that down. We don't know what those things mean. He goes into he goes into why the straw. This is on page 4. He goes into why the straw man was created. The straw man it's the all caps U. It's the all capital letters. On your driver license, you have all caps. And it's several ways they can write it. Write your name, but it's in all caps. Right? So the all caps U is the artificial person, and the real you is the real natural person. So you got a natural person. Write that down. Natural person. Write that down. Natural person. Right. So a natural person is a real, live, breathing, born, God covered person. Right. An artificial person is a make-believe. When you read the definition of it, it's a make-believe person. A person that can be made to believe that they're real, but they're not. Artificial in person is artificial intelligence. It's a robot. It's a robot. So pretty much and you got that straw man was looking for his brain. Keep that in mind. If you only had a brain, right? He got some interesting stuff in his book. He go, but the linguistics, okay? We're gonna look up some of these things too, like artificial person and all that. He says these. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. On page 5, that's what he say. All humans are born equal with complete freedom of choice and action. If you live in the same place as a lot of people, then there are a few restrictions which have grown up by common consent over time. The restrictions are for your protection, and check this out, and the protection of others, people living near you. These restrictions are called the law, or more accurate, common law. Write that down. Write the word come. See, if you're sleeping on young elder, you're about to get a crook in your neck. You're about to get a crook in your neck if you're sleeping on young elder. Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're in the building. And if you want to show your brother some love, don't do the super chat. We're dropping the Cash App in the links. We take $1, $10, $5, whatever you got. And if you really want to put your brother in the game for real, send him $100. I'm telling you. Watch how much money you get back. Because giving generates energy. And that energy comes back to you. And we're in a time right now where everything is sped up. So when you give, you get it right back. Like I only had $25, $25. And I sent it to my auntie for her birthday because I always the certain energy that I sent out. And as soon as I hooked up, I got blessed. So or I got the energy back sent right back to me because of the time that we in now. These type of things is sped up. You reap what you sow is sped up now. So you can reap, you can sow these seeds right now and throw them on, give it out, and it come right back to you. Triple, fold, triple, 10 times, 100 times. Depends on what type of energy you put behind it. But they say it's common law. So write that down. And they are few in number and very easy to understand. So he said that there's only, in common law, the real law is only 3 laws as far as how to govern yourself. It's only 3 laws. Those laws are, you must not injure or kill anyone, harm to person. You must not steal or damage anyone's property, right? Or anything they own, or harm to property. And you must be honest in your dealings and not swindle anyone. So scamming people or cheating them and beating them is all civil law. Keep in mind too, write this down. There are 2 different types of courts when you're dealing with the lower level courts. There's civil court and then there's criminal court. Write those things down. There's 2 different courts. Civil court. Criminal court handle criminal law, criminal actions like burglary, robbery, right? And then civil law is handled by, say, like, I'm suing you because you stepping on my lawn or some crazy shit. They handle all, like, say, if I want to sue you and for damage to my property or to my body or whatever. Like Cardi B sued that chick, Unwind chick, right? I forget her name, Tasha B, Tasha K or something. She sued her for defamation of character because she got a big YouTube page, and she caused harm to her character and to her image, and she probably said that I lost a lot of money by her saying it about me or whatever. And I think Cardi B won that case, right? But so it's only 3 laws under common law, and it says these restrictions have resulted from hundreds of years of disputes which have been dealt with through using common sense and the option of ordinary people. All right. It says many people think that we're on page 6. It says many people think that there are hundreds of other laws which they have to keep and new ones every other day, but this is not true. Those other things are called statutes. Write that down. Statutes, codes, city ordinance. Write that down. Regulations. Write that down. Regulations. And keeping them is optional for you, the human, but they are not optional for your fictional straw man. They're not optional for your straw man because the straw man agrees to it when you become a ward of the state. You agree to their statutes, codes, ordinance, all that. So if you, when you come in contact with these people, if you operating in your straw man, they can treat you under these laws. They can use these laws on you. And then a lot of them, they use color of law too. We're gonna talk about color of law. Write that down, color of law. That's when you're doing something that ain't the law, but you're making it appear like it's the law. because you got a badge on because you're working for a private corporation whose job is to collect and charge niggas. That's why they call it charge when they arrest you and put you in jail. They call it charge. They say, what are you in jail for? Well, these are his charges, because charge is dealing with money. Check it out. It's really kidnapping and ransom. It's really kidnapping and ransom for Moors. All right, where we at? Say, but it's not. It's fictional, and that is why the people who benefit from those things want to pursue you and represent you, your straw man, so becoming subjects to all of their investing restrictions and charges. If you, he says right here, he says, if you knew that they were optional, would you agree to it? And these are the list of things that he said, if you knew they were optional. Give most of your earnings away in taxes and similar charges. Pay to own a vehicle. Pay to own a television set. Pay to drive on the road which you build with your own money, or that you are native to. Be forced to join an armed service if you are told to, meaning join the military. Send an army which is supposed to represent you into another country to murder innocent people there, right? So it's optional. So he goes into that, and then he goes into breaking down on the next page how United States is a corporation. People know that United States is a business. It's a corporation. It's not a country. The United States is not the country. America is the country. A Turtle Island, a Mexam, Atlant. Right? We keep on going back. Almac, the Almac land. Right? Okay, I want to read some more stuff. So natural law and common law. The real key is natural law and common law. So that's the only two laws. Natural law is the law that they go by, like the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, the 10 Commandments. It's like natural law, the laws that God, they say that God provided. In God we trust. All right. He goes and talking about contracts right here. And he talks about how it's a lot of illegal business going on, a lot of stuff that's happening to us because we perish for the lack of knowledge. We perish for the lack of knowledge. So it's a lot of stuff that's happening to us as far as the business aspect of and the economics of us as being Nubians. It's the business aspect of it is because we don't know. We don't know. All right, so these are the things he said that must be part of a contract to validate a contract. And a lot of these things are not, a lot of the contracts we got with these people, because they got to be artificial too. See, they got to be straw man too in order to do business. They got to be two straw mans to do business. So they got to be an all caps corporation, and you got to be a corporate. Your straw man is really a corporation. So there got to be two corporations that's doing business, and the business between them is the contracts. Keep that in mind. We got to be broke down on the tape call. Let's talk about contracts. You want to go? So we're doing these things in order. We're doing these things in order, so you can learn step by step process of what's going on. Hey, Robot, to everybody that's in the building, hit that like button. We got 95 people. Everybody hit that like button right now, man. Hit that thumbs up for me, man. Right, so you got four aspects of a contract that's got to be, it's really more than that, but we're going to read the main ones when you're dealing with like cell phone companies, when you're dealing with banks, when you're dealing with these corporations. You got to know what's going down. All right, so the first thing he says, because you got to understand, you the creditor, and then they the debtors, but they making us the debtors, and then they the creditors. So we got to switch this around, right? In this system, right? So it says the number one, full disclosure. You were not told that you were actually creating the credit with your ink, your wet ink. If I told you the signature is like gold, your signature is like gold. So he says number one, full disclosure. You must have full disclosure, full overstanding. You know, everything, it must not be no hidden parts in the contract. Must not be no hidden parts in that contract. The stuff that's our automatic red flag, automatic illegal. Right? Then it says equal consideration. Right? Meaning y'all agree and y'all both got equal understanding on what's going down in the contract. And the lawful terms and conditions and the wet ink signature of both parties. It must have a signature of both parties, a wet signature, wet ink signature. And usually when you do business with the banks and other companies, they don't sign it. Why? Because they can't sign it. They're artificial person. Artificial people don't exist. Strawmans. And that's why when you go to court, they can give you 2,000 years. Why? Because you artificial. You coming in, if you don't know the game and you coming into a court and you a straw man and you artificial and you participating with this game, they'll give you 2,000 years. Why? Because you don't got no brain. If you only had a brain, you don't got no brain. You come in as an artificial person. And then not only to make it even worse, not only if you come in as an artificial person, to make it even worse, you hire foreigners called the British Accreditation Registration to represent you as your parental guide because you dumb, you don't got no brain, you incompetent, and so you need somebody to talk for you. The fact that the scarecrow needs somebody to talk for him. Your straw man can't, artificial nigga can't talk, man. Artificial niggas really can't talk. Yo, you ain't got no brain, right? In the court, you ain't got no brain. So now what we gotta do is, since you incompetent, since you retarded, since you deaf, since you dumb, since you blind, or you too old and senile or something, to where you can't stand up for your own shit, we're gonna suggest you get an attorney for the judge. And what is he doing? That's a flag on the play. When the judge soliciting is a flag on the play from the bench. That's a flag on the play right there, man. He can't solicit you nothing. And then it's automatic red flag when you got to go in there and both the DA and the nigga that's representing you because you don't got no brain. Nigga that's representing you because you don't got no brain. He called lawyer, which means liar. Lawyer means liar. Right? And they all work for the same people. That's a conflict of interest right there. Automatic red flag. There's so many flags you could throw in the court, man. And keep in mind, a court is a place where games are played. You know, they play tennis on a tennis court. They play basketball on a basketball court. Right? And they don't tell them what type of game they playing when you walk up in there. Right? They could be playing basketball. And you walk in with a tennis racket and they racket your ass right up out of there. To the bailiff, right to a cell for 25 years. You come up in there with a racket, they play golf on a golf course. Right? I'm telling you, man, shit is crazy. But keep in mind, when you're doing business with these people, they all got to move with the contracts. It says, we're going to say that part for another tape, but I want to get into what he says right here. He goes to bookkeeping. It's a little small book, but it's fine. I almost read like the whole thing in a short period. Because I try to read every day. You know what I'm saying? He goes in on a page, let's see, we're going to talk about this. Strawman. It says dealing with the police. This is gonna be a good one right here. Dealing with the police. The poll and the least of us. Right? Hit a wreak havoc on the poll and the least of us. The police. He said, man, look at this and listen to this. It says years ago, a policeman was your friend and defender. Things have changed now that the police force have become commercial organization dedicated to producing a profit by taking money from you in the form of speeding fines, parking tickets, parking fines, and any number of other charges. It was stated on the national TV recently that in the last 13 years, 3,000 additional offenses have been invented. Like they pulling niggas over down here for having the incense. You know that little, like the little car incense that you had that look like a Christmas tree, like the black. I use the black ice, right? The black ice in my joint, right? The black ice joint, and that's when they see a nigga driving the car and got that thing hanging on now. They say, oh yeah, that's obstruction of view. Say now they pull you over and write you a ticket saying that this thing is obstruction of view. How the hell is that little ass fucking Christmas tree hanging on my rearview mirror? That shit is way in the middle of a damn thing. That ain't obstructing my view. You just wanted a reason to pull me over and fuck with me. You know, that's what they do to us, man. And they use this color of law to assume that, and they assume that we don't know no better, and a lot of us don't, because a lot of niggas straw man, they don't got no brain. Straw man, they don't got no brain, right? It says as each individual police force is a commercial company or a business. They are business, and in a very way like McDonald's restaurant and strategy. Check that shit out. In a very way like McDonald's and strategy. It has no authority, no enforcement in it to enforce anything any more than McDonald's have. Check that shit out. The men and women who work under the banner of their local police force have two separate roles. When they take up their occupation, they take an oath of office, pleading to uphold the law. And what is the law? The Constitution. Look, they take an oath. If you, because look, I got the oath for the police in the Hustler's Manual. And I got the oath for the Masons. Both of them swear on the Constitution. Right? That's the real law. Right? The Constitution. Keep that in mind. Write that down. The real law is the Constitution, supreme law of the land. It says that oath is nothing else giving them the authority to act to enforce common law. Just the common law. Not no damn statutes and codes. They don't got right. They don't really got the delegation of authority to act on those other they own all of statutes and codes and all that shit. They don't got no delegation of authority to act on it. Only thing they got power to act on, and they really don't even got that, to act on common law. That's why somebody get killed, somebody's in fear for their life and they need protection. They supposed to protect and serve, not no damn arrest and beat your ass and shoot you down. They supposed to protect and serve. They are public service, public servants, right? Check this out. When they take, okay, we read that part already. The oath, all right. It does not authorize them to do anything connected with so-called government statutes. So they have been training to use linguistics to entrap uninformed members of the public. To be fair, it's highly likely that members of the police force are not aware of what they are doing and do not understand the difference between legal statutes, which are optional, and lawful common law required, which applies to everyone and are not optional. See, common law and natural law is not optional. It's something you got to do, but the statutes and codes is only where you agree to it is when you become your straw man, the nigga that don't got a brain. The nigga don't got a brain. Now, a lot of those statutes and codes are good things. So we're not saying don't follow them, because Lobo Drew Ali said follow the land, follow the law of the land. Now, if I want to take that literally, If he said follow the law of the land, that means follow the Constitution, because the Constitution is the law of the land. So if I want to take that literally, hey, if I want to take what Noble Drew lady said literally, follow the law of the land, shit, he talking about following the Constitution. Let's get down to it. Islam to my Moors in the building, bro. Islam. All right, what he says right here, he goes into, please don't get me wrong. Most policemen and police women do a great job in assisting members in the public, often above and beyond required of their job. But some oppose, they bully, they intimidate, they use fraud, they use color of the law and confrontation in cases of bereavement of injury. They always they use these what's the word that we use? I know it's intimidation, but they force, it's like they force you, then they force you into their contracts too, when they make you sign their tickets. By scaring you, I'm gonna take you to jail, I'm gonna kidnap you. I'm gonna kidnap you. That's what really getting arrested means getting kidnapped. He goes on to a whole bunch of more stuff in here, but we'll go over. He even talks about the post office and how the fraud work with the post office. We'll talk about that on another tape, because we're gonna talk about that on it's a lot of stuff that's gonna come out. But we just want to go over what we talked about and go in a little bit more depth. He talks about consent. Write that word down. Write that word down. Write the word consent. Write the word consent down, because consent and volunteering is how we've been chopped up and cut up too in this game, with this Strawman game. You consent, you volunteer without even knowing it. You waive your rights. Under being a Strawman, you waive the rights of a real human. You see, you ain't human. You a corporation. You a corpse. You dead. You don't got a brain. You a Strawman, right? So a Strawman can't complain when somebody give him 45 years in prison for the same thing. They give a real person who come in, say they automatically assume when you come in that you don't know the game. But when you step up and prove you know the game, and you holding your square on the Constitution, and you holding your square on the treaties, as you're Moor, the Moors holding their square on the treaties that we got with these people, which is law. That's law. That's law. Right? But what they did is to create this Strawman so they can create this artificial, the matrix, pretty much. The matrix. That's what people call it. So they can plug your ass in and have you coming in when they say your name John Martin, and in all caps, you don't know they talking about the Strawman, and you answer to that, they know they got your ass. They got you right there. And if you go in, they're gonna say, if you don't got an attorney, you have a right to attorney. You have a right to attorney. What type of attorney? Somebody that work for the Bar Association? They foreigners. The police and the judge supposed to swear against the whole Constitution, which is against the foreigners. So why is the judge a part of the Bar Association? Why is the DA part of the association, the Bar Association? Why is the lawyer you hired gotta be a part of the association? And they ain't real lawyers or real law guys, they just practice. They practicing. That's why they say they got a law practice. All of them, let's go check it out. All of them say they got a law practice. They still in the practicing phase. Why? Because they can't really have, and ain't really no damn license to practice over here. You foreigners. Why do the judge wear black? Because it's a lot. My perspective on why they wear black is because black represents dominance. Black represents on that when they win it, it represents like the death, or it represents like you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Noble. It represents nobleness. Because black really meant noble when you go back. So it's dealing with the nobles. Yeah, it represent, yeah. Like it's different perspectives on it. Now, it might be a specific reason why they wear it weird like that. You know, I don't know that. I don't know that specific reason, but just from my perspective on looking at it, I'm thinking that they wear it because it's some kind of ritual, bro. That it's dealing with some kind of ritual. It's definitely ritualistic. Why the judge wear black. You wear black, then they wear black to funerals. Um, they wear black when they mourning. When they mourning, right? They say they mourning. Yeah, these but the judge, he part of the bar. The lawyer, the lawyer you hire to be your correct your attorney, but it's really a power of attorney. You know, like somebody need a power of attorney when they old and they can't talk for themselves. They really don't they got Alzheimer's. Like my granddaddy when he had Alzheimer's, he needed power, somebody to speak for him because he ain't all the way there in his mind, right? So that's what they saying about you. You're a perfectly healthy human being coming into court, and they saying that you like my granddaddy. You are Alzheimer's, so you got to have somebody to speak for you. So they give you a lawyer, and if you get a court-appointed lawyer, they definitely working to make a deal so they can make some money off you. You ain't gonna get off scot-free when you get a court-appointed lawyer because they definitely people got to get paid. It's all about money, man. You got enough money, you can get out. But like I say, a lot of them deals that these brothers made, these rappers and entertainers and actors, a lot of their deals expiring with the devil. And the devil don't want to make no more deals no more because his time is up. He can't make no more deals. His time is up. Right? Elijah Muhammad said he had 6,000 years to rule. And then his time was up. So if he had 6,000 years to rule, now his time is up, and he had contracts. Now that them contracts expire and his time is up, he can't sign no more contracts with nobody. He can't make no more deals. So now Young Thug going to jail. Now they tracking down Hillary. They tracking down all these deep state people. Their contracts expire. You know, and he can't sign no more deals. So now they free game. They free game now because they ain't under contract. And they got to pay what they owe with the deal they made. But we're talking about your Strawman, the name that's in all caps. Your all caps you. And if you notice, like contracts, they always gotta you gotta be in a corporation status in order to deal in contracts and do business with these people. Now you can make your own contract amongst your family, and your own people, right? But I'm saying to do business with these people, these hustlers, like I said, all this is in the hustlers manual. If you got the hustlers manual, the stuff that we talking about, the Strawman. Like before I even got this book, I put out the Strawman. I mean, I put out the hustlers manual, but we already knew a lot about it because we was we watch a lot of people. Like I think the white guy named we had his videos loaded up, but we had to take him down. Jordan Maxwell. He come out and talk about it too, right? Jordan Maxwell. So we had his videos loaded up talking about the Strawman, but we had to take it down. So now we got to do all our own videos, breaking some of this stuff down for you. I think Hakeem even got mad. Somebody took something from him. Or they locked him out. That's a he locked me out cry. They won't open the door. They won't open up the door cry. I studied them. Here he come. Here he come. They won't let me in. He usually come in here pouring when they won't let him in, pouring at the door, trying to get me to go let him in. But what is the purpose of this tape? This tape is to wake you up to the game of the Federal Reserve and how they got control of the mines, not the land. They got control of the mines to you being agreeing to the straw man. That's one. This is part of it, and agreeing to the federal note contract, which is really fiat, which is really debt. Uh, yeah, you heard Hakeem, right? Yeah, Jordan Maxwell. That's his name, right? Jordan Maxwell, that white guy, be dropping it, right? All right, so yeah, so the purpose of this tape is to tie in with the other tapes that we put out with the Let's Talk Contracts tape, and Woodrow Wilson Frank America tape on Jekyll Island. That's part of it. Yeah, that's right, Jekyll Island, Ali. Uh, so it's tied into that because what they did is they created this fictitious system where now you got a birth certificate and social security card, and that you get this fictitious system where you get this birth certificate and social security card. And now they are selling the mines for collateral on the T-buns as straw people that don't got a brain. What that mean? You can't think for yourself. You got a brain, that means you can't think for yourself. Which is why, like I said, when you go to court, as a straw man, as an artificial person, they always try to assign you somebody that can, a guardian, because they say you stupid and slow. You don't stop them and hold up, man. Hold up. We gotta go to the due process up in this joint. First of all, when you go in, just for example, to show you how I operate, you got a ticket. You go to court. They say they got a slick way of controlling artificial people, the straw mans that don't got a brain. So in the court, when you go up in there, and then they call the last name. Say anybody last name begin with an 8, come on up here. They come on, you go up there. They say sign this paper. Do you plead no contest? You plead not guilty or guilty? So you get 3 options. So once you touch that paper and sign, plead no contest, not guilty or guilty. If you plead not guilty, you might go to court and fight it, and you most likely you're gonna win if you got a good argument about the showing the accuser, bringing the accuser, because you got a right to face your accusers, and your accusers can't be, if you're a real live person, a natural person, your accusers can't be an artificial person. An artificial person can't accuse nobody. An artificial corporation can't accuse nobody. They don't exist. It's not real. It's in law. It's in the black. I got the Black Y'all's dictionary over there. I got like 3 or 4 law dictionaries. But the state of Maryland, Maryland State is an artificial corporation. So they can't come in and say you did anything wrong to them unless you're a straw man. They could say the straw man, the nigga that don't got a brain. They say the nigga that don't got a brain, they can say he did something because he artificial. But if you go in there as a natural person, a naturalized nationality, right? All go together. All them words go together, right? If you come in there as a natural person, you can't know auto. You got a right to face your accusers. That's part of the Constitution, which is real law. I think it's like the Fifth Amendment thing. It's like it may be not the Fifth Amendment, because I think the Fifth Amendment is the seizures and search. It might be like 7 or 8 when you go on down to where it says you had a right to face your accusers and you have a right to speedy trial, right? So the person that the accuser is got to come say what you did, and usually in most cases the accuser is the damn DEA that wasn't even there when the incident took place, right? They don't even know what they went and investigated. They ain't go investigate it. They detectives investigate it, right? But then they come back and say the people of the people of Minnesota, or the people of Maryland. And those people are all standing in as artificial persons, representing the artificial corporation in the state of Maryland, represented by an artificial person who's really a foreigner in the court, and it's really, they really all the way around red flags. And if you come in as an artificial person, this what they finna do. They finna put their gloves on when they see you sit down and say, "Hey, James Martin, all caps, Strawman, that's you? Oh yeah, that's me. I'm here, Your Honor. I'm here, Your Magistrate," right? And the DEA and the judge pull out some gloves, put them on, and get a big ass hunk of Vaseline out of there. Cause that's what guess what they finna do? They finna go right up in your behind and give you a fine or give you some time, either or. Time and a fine. Shit, they really don't like you, right? Time and a fine. So we have agreed to this artificial person, Strawman, and now we agree to all the stuff that you agree to everything that can happen to you because you don't got no damn brain. What else you expect? What else you expect to do with somebody without a brain that don't exist? If I give you 2,000 years, what's the hell? You an artificial person. You don't give a damn. You don't got no brain. You brain dead. You a vegetable. Strawman is a vegetable. So you a vegetable. You need somebody to speak for you in court. You incompetent. You a kid. You still got a kid mind. It's the type of shit that they doing to us. They set this thing up. So why can't they exist with the natural law and common law? All right, so I'm going back to the ticket thing in court. So they call you, they call the different names, A, B, last name, and people come right up there and sign no contest, or no, not guilty, or guilty, and they sign and wait, and it says this is a waiver. They say you sign in a waiver. Keep that in mind. But waiving what? So if this is a waiver, what am I waiving? They don't. Oh yeah, just go ahead and sign it. You know, they trying to get the money. Greed is about to take these suckers out, man. But the whole time they been wanting about the money. And there was a black DEA lady up in there too, doing these people like that. All 95% of the niggas in the cricket court is newbies, and it's the most illegal thing that's going on with this shit, right? We got to get our brains together and understand the game. So everybody up in there going in there and they waving something. What you waving? Your rights. What rights? The constitutional rights. The treaty rights, if you were more. You want as a black man, you just might well just bring your own grease. When you go in there as a black, Negro, and colored, under the black Christian codes, you might well go on before you go to court and you're going there as a straw man, you got your night, they tell you better wear a tie because you gotta look presentable. They want you to have a tie and a suit on. You gotta cover there, you gotta look presentable. Right? And you go on in there and you might as well you should have stopped by CVS and got you some Vaseline so you can grease yourself up before you go in there. Make it a lot easier. Make it go in easier when you grease yourself up. So that way, like they always do, they gonna say, well, he knew, he came prepared because he got grease under his fingernails. He came prepared. Yeah, you Vaseline up, nigga. Where you go up in there, if you going as a straw man, you going there as an artificial person. So anything can happen. They can tell you anything. They can do anything to you. They can make you agree to pay anything. And you go pay it as if that's really you. You really the artificial nigga. You paying real money, but you artificial. This is the game, man. So learn the game. Write down Strawman. Write down artificial person. Write down natural person who have God-given laws, who had a right to face his accusers. And a lot of the Nubians, at least 75% of them that's locked up, they never faced their accusers. Because it wasn't no damn accuser. It was the state. It was the state of Mississippi. It was We the People of Jackson. And it was always artificial corporations. And why were they able to give you 2,000 years? It's because you artificial corporation as well. You agree, you play right into the game. Yeah, we always drop bangers, man. We the truth, the way and the light. We trying to get back to the Father. That's right. And we up in here tonight, dropping it on you. Right? So take control of your straw man. We may do a class on that. He goes in a little bit of one of his book. Oh, and I got another book too on the straw man. But yeah, get you a brain. If you only had a brain, you could cancel all contracts, especially the ones that got the bill collectors got on you. Because 90% of you didn't make no contracts with the bill collector, and it's illegal to sell your contract without you agreeing to it. They gotta have your signature on that contract in order to sell it to those other people. Those they like subsidiaries or like under bosses to come enforce and keep bugging you on the phone, calling you 100 times on your job, trying to get you to pay a debt. You can send a he actually breaks it down in his book on how to do it. He breaks it down on page in his book. But I got another book over there that specifically goes in on it. But I haven't even cracked it open yet because I'm digging through so many books and I'm trying to catch up on so much information. It's crazy, man. He goes in on like his page. Just supposed dealing with the police. It's called I guess on like page 13, the creditor and the debtor. And we talk about a little bit of it in the hustles manual. But you can you understand contracts, and we talked about this on the Let's Talk Contracts. When you understand contracts and the straw man and all that, and the signatures, your signature is is really what you. It's really a part of you. Your signature is really a part of you. That's why they call it a signature, right? It's what you leave behind. Your signature is what you leave behind. Yeah, so what they doing is they controlling the game by strawmanners, man. This the game. And they using us, they using your money that you got in your trust. Everybody got a trust, especially if you're Nubian. You got to trust. And they collect the money every year off the T-bonds. Because where's that money? If they collect your money for the T-bonds for human collateral, where's the money going for you? Where's the money when they put your social security number on the stock exchange and they making money off selling it to other countries on T-bonds, where's the money going? If we still got to pay a debt, where's the money going? If the debt will keep going up and they study selling T-bonds, where's the money going? Babies are being born every day. They telling you they trying to stop babies from being born. That's a game. The real group need more babies to be born because that's the more money they can make. More minds, the more money. And the other group is trying to destroy those people playing. And both of it's the Luciferians and Satans. That's two different groups. So Luciferians need more souls to be born because the deal is I can get more souls than you. And then the Satanists is trying to prevent it. They divide it. A divided house will soon fall. yeah, to the goal, in comparison to the straw man, the artificial person can't own shit. Artificial person can't own land. That's why when you think you're going to get some land and you signing contracts and you in the straw man and you ain't in your natural person, artificial person can't own no damn land. Artificial person can't own no car. You could drive, you could think you driving around in it with your artificial, if I only had a brain ass, straw man ass nigga. You could drive around in it and think you own it, but you can't own nothing if you artificial. You can't own no house, you can't own no land, you don't got no kids. Your kids are not your kids if you artificial. You don't exist. You're not real. In law, this is a game, man. Bob Haynes curious saying, George Washington, he chopped the cherry. Yeah, hey, shout out Lady Owl. I was waiting on you to get in the building. Yeah, the cherry tree is the dealing with our flag, the Moorish flag that he tucked off they had to pull it out. Noble Drew Ali went and got the flag though and pulled it out. He had the money. Yeah, see, that's a flag. We allowed them to do business on his land because we got tired of fighting them. See, look, it was a fight between the Moors. We fought them. I got a book over here called "The Moors in Spain and the British Empire," where it talks about us Moors. We were fighting them to keep them off our land for a while, and the fight was going on so long till we just said, you know what, we're gonna let that. We're gonna come to an agreement, and we came to that agreement, right? But setting the Federal Reserve is really what set up the straw man. They was already setting up for it when they was making us denounce our mothers and our fathers and our who we really are for black, Negro, and color. Because I can straw man them niggas. But they ain't not only they straw man and Moors, they straw man and everybody. Every American gets straw man that don't know the game. So you think that you thinking it's about racism. Them niggas out there with them Ku Klux Klan niggas out there with them flags that ain't Masons that don't know the game, they getting straw man too. Everybody, but it just seems like, the police who here to wreak havoc on the poor and the least of us, seem like they targeted Nubians more than anything. Why? Because they come from a Ku Klux Klan background. The Knights of Templar, the Wizards, the Warlocks. That's why they got pepper spray. You know. But we about to get up out of here, man. I think we covered a lot about the Scraw Man. Yeah, go pull up Joy Maxwell. Watch him about the Scraw Man. He breaks it down too. Probably a couple other brothers out here breaking down the Scraw Man. U.S. citizen is not go. Now, U.S. citizen means your ass is you under that Scraw Man shit. You under the corporation. You're a part of the corporation. You're a citizen inside of the corporation, which is not the land, it's the people. They only got the people. We told you that we got the land ours. The Federal Reserve, 12 banks and the 12 areas they control the mines. And those mines, now they got to figure out what they're going to do, which is why they set up those 12 FEMA counts. Set those 12 FEMA counts to try to weed out the bad apples out of the people who want to who know what we know. But none of their plans are gonna work. None of their plans are gonna work. Their time is up. We gave you enough time. It was a wrap. Pack up your river bottom vans and your frozen food and your pork and your soda drinks and all that shit. Pack that shit up and take it back to Russia, to the Caucasus Mountains, to the caves. Pack that shit up, man. We weren't gonna tell you to get off, but you know, things change. Things change. We need you off, right? And that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same after what you did to the world. Things will never be the same. But we better be out of here, man. Islam, peace and love, hotel, harmony, Ashug, divine love throughout the violence universe, to all. Wadu.